Hi guys, this is Lee with the Market Sense for the week of June 23rd, 2020. The charts in this presentation come from the Trade Navigator software, and that's provided to us by Gettess. And this is a weekly bond market chart, which is quite honestly frustrating me. I get frustrated a lot as a trader. It's one of the things we deal with. After this big long sideways pattern here, we had what really was a nice breakdown. I mean, this is not a classic false breakdown. This broke down nicely and carried a fair distance and looked like it was serious. But while these breakdowns are usually good for about 3 to 5 bars, this one turned out to be an exhaustion bar that got turned right around and basically undone the next week. And now, well, when they do that, when you get a breakdown that does not continue and they turn back up, then the next likely probability is for them to try and take out the highs. Well, they don't seem to be doing that. They are back within the previous congestion area and seem to be kind of content to trade in there. That's frustrating because it doesn't create a lot of opportunity. You can try to nibble at the edges, which this week would be like support at 175, 18, 19, and resistance 178, 18. Great possibility that both of those hold, actually, with the way they're behaving. Now, I will say we have some reports both Thursday and Friday, a lot of economic data that could have an impact on them. Most particularly, I'm sure there's a focus on those weekly unemployment claims. But I can't say I'm expecting anything to jolt them out. So they may simply be back in this big long sideways pattern, and if we squint and pretend these didn't happen, that's still what we're doing, waiting for them to pick a direction. Kind of tough to find much to do there. Stocks, well, stocks frustrate me too, and I think it's personal. I think they're after me. After we had this big outside bar, well, it's not that big, but it is big, an outside bar with a down close, the next week opened right on the lows and came flying back up. Well, that's pretty doggone bullish. Except at the very end of last week, they sold off to close below the middle moving average. Well, I got to admit, at that point, that looked pretty bad to me. I mean, I thought that was a real sign of weakness. But this week did the same as last week. That low of the bar there is Sunday night, just like this was on Sunday night, and they've gone back up again. Of course, they haven't gone anywhere. They're still within the previous bar and not trading either support or resistance. So, gosh, I don't know. Has summer started? Are we in the summer doldrums and they aren't going to do much? I think primarily we're looking at support roughly 29.64, which seems like an awful long ways away right now, and resistance up around 31.92. I'm not sure that either of those will be reached unless something happens in the reports Thursday and Friday. Although I will say this, Monday evening, somebody in the administration, it was Peter Navarro, but who cares, said the China deal was dead and the S&P dropped 50 points in about 20 minutes. Now, Trump came back out and said, no, we're fine, we're intact, and they rallied right back up. That just indicates sort of a nervous market, like it wouldn't take much to get them to make a major movement. It did happen at night when the volume's lower, but still, it's a little unnerving that they move that easily. So I don't expect anything. They look like they're rather quiet, and they might consolidate and just stay between support and resistance and maybe not even trade at either this week. But it wouldn't take much to get them to do something silly. The other thing to watch for is this 30-80 area right here. Just like last week when they managed to close below that moving average, if they do that again this week, I would consider that a sign of weakness as well. I don't expect it, but I will be looking for it to see if that might happen. Other than that, I'm finding it really hard to find much of anything to do. So that's what we've got for you today. I hope you can find something profitable to get yourself into.